Good afternoon. Myself, Professor Bankar DB, Department of Chemistry from RBNB College, Srampur. Today, we will see the next points from the fertilizers and manure chapter of agriculture chemistry course. The first point is fertility of soil. The fertility of soil is expressed in two terms. One is virgin soil and second is exhausted soil. First we will see what is meaning of virgin soil. So this virgin soil is the area of the land or soil where the farmer cannot perform or cannot take the crop for longer time, due to which the available nutrients in that particular soil remains as it is, and if we take the new crop, then that available nutrient can be easily taken by the plant. Therefore this virgin soil can be explained as fertile soil because there is availability of required nutrients. Second is exhausted soil. So this exhausted soil is unproductive soil because in case of exhausted soil, the same kind of crop can be taken for longer time, for several times. Due to what? Due to that the available nutrient can be lost during the cultivation process. Therefore such soil cannot be good for the agriculture process. So this exhausted soil can be termed as unproductive soil due to the loss of important nutrients from the particular soil. Basically, there are three important factors which affect fertility of soil. First is amount of fixed nitrogen. There are three factors which affect the fertility of soil. First is amount of fixed nitrogen. If in the particular soil there is greater fixation of nitrogen, then that soil can be termed as fertile soil. Second is NPK and other mineral salts. As we know that NPK are the important structural elements. If in the particular soil area there is much availability of NPK as well as other important mineral salts, then that soil can be called as fertile soil. But if in the particular soil there is absence or there is a lack of NPK and some important mineral salts, then in that soil plant cannot perform their activity in good manner. Therefore that soil can become unproductive soil, or if it is productive, then there is less crop yield can be obtained. Third factor is pH value of the soil. pH value of the soil. Generally, if pH of the soil is much acidic or much basic, then that soil become unfertile. So for the better crop yield, for the fertility, the pH of the soil should be around neutral, or it should be near about 7 to 8. It should be near about 7 to 8, means that pH should be neutral or that pH should be slightly basic. In that soil we obtain good yield, and that soil can be termed as the fertile soil. Next point is nitrogenous fertilizers. Nitrogenous fertilizers means what? Those fertilizers which consist of nitrogen as the element. So there are various types of fertilizers which consist of nitrogen as one of the important element. So that nitrogenous fertilizers are produced from ammonia gas. Nitrogenous fertilizers are produced from ammonia gas. This ammonia gas is used for making liquid fertilizers such as anhydrous ammonia, aqueous ammonia. Ammonia gas can be used for the preparation of liquid fertilizers such as anhydrous ammonia, aqueous ammonia. Along with this liquid fertilizer, there may be some solid fertilizers including ammonium phosphate, that is ammonium sulfate, ammonium phosphate, then ammonium nitrate, then urea. The structure of urea is so these are the some solid fertilizers which can be obtained from ammonia gas. Basically, the nitrogen absorbed by the plant is in the form of NH4 plus, is in the form of NH4 plus or in the form of nitrate, and that NH4 plus and nitrate forms are absorbed by the plants. Next point is action of ammonium sulfate in soil. Action of ammonium sulfate in soil. In soil there is presence of water, or we can say moisture. Along with moisture there are present of various types of bacteria. So this ammonium sulfate can undergo into various reaction in the soil. Suppose in the soil there is presence of calcium, that is we can say soil chloride. In soil there is presence of calcium, soil chloride. If we add ammonium sulfate, then what happen? This ammonium sulfate undergo dissociation and it form NH4 plus there is also formation of calcium sulfate, or we can say CaSO4. So this NH4 plus from ammonium sulfate can be absorbed by the plant, and this calcium sulfate can be removed from the soil. Consider other examples. Ammonium sulfate plus calcium carbonate plus twice water molecules. So in soil, if we add ammonium sulfate and in that soil there is presence of calcium carbonate, then what happen? There is formation of calcium sulfate. There is formation of calcium sulfate plus liberation of two water molecules plus ammonium carbonate. And that ammonium carbonate further undergo reaction. There is formation of ammonia plus carbon dioxide plus water molecule. So this type of reaction occurs in the soil with ammonium sulfate. There is one more reaction, that is that ammonium sulfate can react with water and there is formation of ammonium hydroxide. There is formation of ammonium hydroxide plus there is liberation of sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4. So this type of reaction occur in the soil. Then we will see the reactions of urea. As like ammonium sulfate, this urea again undergo various types of changes in the soil. This is structure of urea. There is presence of soil moisture. Hydrolysis reaction can be takes place and there is formation of carbon dioxide plus ammonia gas. This ammonia gas can undergo a reaction with oxygen in presence of bacteria. There is formation of nitrite. There is formation of nitrite. This nitrite again react with oxygen in presence of bacteria. There is formation of nitrate, NO3 minus. So in soil, this type of changes can be shown by the urea molecule. Here I will stop. In next lecture we will see the remaining portion of this particular topic. Thank you.